Thank you, Rachel. Perfect. We're good for time. I only have 5 minutes. On a seulement 5 minutes pour faire l'introduction de qui nous sommes. Mais d'abord, j'aimerais remercier bien sûr le NDG Food Depot pour avoir organisé cette belle rencontre cet après-midi. Je suis Stéphanie Valenzuela, je me présente à la mairie de Côte-des-Neiges Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, mais j'étais conseillère de ville pour le district de Darlington ces 4 dernières années. Et je suis bien sûr avec...
Moi, je suis Peter Shapiro, je suis un résident local depuis 27-30 ans dans NDG et merci de venir.
So when it comes to everything that you have generously shared with us in terms of what you're asking for, these are reasonable asks. These are propositions that you've made to your municipal counterparts that can be realized immediately after November 2nd. And one of the things that I'd like to share is in terms of infrastructure. Actually, I'm very proud to have tabled a motion 2 years ago asking for better support for our public markets. It isn't normal that in a city like ours, where we are so lucky and fortunate to have great agriculture promoters and fournisseurs, that we don't have access to that, especially in neighborhoods that you have the déserts alimentaires. So that's something that we are looking to really increase in terms of not just in the borough, but in all of the city of Montreal, is better infrastructure for our public markets and putting in place of a better network for the marché éphémère. Just like what we have here today for the marché bonne bouffe, but in a better structured way in terms of how do we get closer community gardens and the fournisseurs that will be able to give the produce for the local markets. There's also other ways that we can improve what's available in our neighborhoods by increasing the number of community gardens that we have on our territory. Côte-des-Neiges-NDG is the most populous borough. We have the same population as the city of Sherbrooke, and we currently only have 6 community gardens on our territory. That's not enough to service our territory. And when you're building a strong community, one of the ways to bring a neighborhood together and to build a strong community is to make sure that you have places for people to gather, places for people to be able to grow their produce and meet their neighbors. And so that's something that we want to not only see how we could expand the current community gardens that we have, but add on more to the community gardens. The other thing that we would say is that we are fully in favor of the tarification sociale. We did our research and it costs about 30 million annually. And for exactly what you've all mentioned today, when it comes to food security, it is a basic right. And we would be willing to do just like the city of Sherbrooke, where we would recognize that it is a basic right, that all Montrealers deserve to have access to that basic right. And you go to the topic of affordable housing and food security, how those are the main needs for anybody, to have a roof over their head and to eat a decent meal. When you are spending over 30, sometimes 50% of your income on housing, on a roof over your head for a place to go home every night, you're necessarily going to spend a little bit less on the other things that you need to spend on, which is one of them is food. And if you're not spending on food because you don't have enough income for it, it's a vicious cycle of how people are sleeping, just like Renata said, with empty bellies, and children are unable to focus in classrooms. So we have to work with all our partners, and one of them is the NDG Food Depot. But as a responsible government that is also dealing with public funds and your tax-paying dollars, we have to do it in a way that we're really targeting the most vulnerable and those that need it most. So that's what we're going to be doing, hopefully, if we're here administration this November 2nd. So thank you so much again for your time. Thank you for all the work that you've done, all the volunteers that come day in and day out to service the community. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.